We're an advertising technology company. We pioneered the category of ad network optimization about a year and a half ago. What we've essentially done is we've created the largest marketplace on the internet of buyers and sellers. So we now have over 1,300 premium publishers. Companies like USA Today, Washington Post, Electronic Arts all use our platform to monetize their advertising. It represents about 13,000 websites. And today we reach about 360 million unique internet users. So according to Quantcast, we're now the third largest platform on the internet behind Google and Yahoo in terms of reach. And we also work with 375 of the 400 ad networks that exist out there. So today's advertising marketplace is very different than that of 10 years ago. About 80% of all the ad space on the internet goes unsold by a website's direct sales team. And that unsold ad space is now being monetized through this growing ecosystem of ad networks that exist. So Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, advertising.com, 24/7 Media, and hundreds of others that exist around the globe. And what we essentially do is provide a platform and a marketplace that help websites make more money from that ad space, save time by eliminating the hassles of ad network management, and also protect their brands as part of the process of dealing with things like ad quality and competitive ads on their site.
So in an economy when a lot of companies are tightening their advertising budgets, how is this going to be a solution for that?
Well, first and foremost, I think the online advertising economy is still healthy. There's no signs of decline just yet. And if you look at this as a global market, it's a $65 billion global market. From a publisher perspective, we're a lot less susceptible to just the U.S. domestic economy. 40% of, on average, 40% of U.S.-based websites, their traffic is now coming from international and foreign visitors. So that's 40% of the potential revenue that will be coming from non-U.S. markets. So that's good news for publishers. Now here's the other good news, is that just like we saw in the last downturn back in 2001, advertising shifted towards performance. The whole market moved towards performance. And back then, the only player in town that was there to grasp it and catch it was Google. And we all saw what happened, right? Google took off. They provided the most efficient platform for buying and selling advertising. And as a result, the market came back, advertising grew strong, the ecosystem around advertising grew even stronger, and Google is now a multi-billion-dollar company. So now here's, fast forward 8 years. We're seeing the same thing. Pressure's coming down. Advertising is going to move towards performance, but here's the difference. It's not just Google sitting there with the big catcher's mitt anymore. Now there are 400 ad networks out there that exist primarily because they've geared themselves for performance. Last year, $1 billion was invested into ad networks that's going straight to innovation in business models that are all performance-based. So I think this market's going to be a very different one, and it's not just going to be Google that's going to win out this time around, it's going to be these other 400. So it's definitely a good time to be in the advertising business, and it's certainly a good time to be an ad network.
Well, it's great to hear some optimistic news. We're very happy to hear that. So you guys won Company of the Year. What was your reaction, and why do you think that you guys won this year?
Well, we're certainly excited, of course. The team has just seen enormous growth. I mean, we've gone from 15 employees to over 85 in less than a year. 1,300 customers, and we manage over almost 2,000 relationships on a daily basis with 85 people. We're processing about 2,000 transactions per second, or 20 billion ad transactions per month. If you think about that, to put that in perspective, I just saw today on CNN that MasterCard and Visa, over the course of an entire year, process 45 billion transactions combined. We do that in 2 months. Right, so we've got a small group of people in comparison that are doing an enormous amount of things, and they're working incredibly hard. And it was just nice for the team to feel like they were being recognized and appreciated for that work. So I'm happy for them, because they really deserve some recognition for the hard work that they've been putting into this.
Well, now that you guys have been put even more into the spotlight, do you think that this category that you pioneered is going to be one that people are going to try and emulate continually in the future?
Sure, I think anytime there's a new category created and there's a company that's successful in executing on it, there's going to be some others that try to enter the market. The thing that's unique about, I think, this particular business is it's very much like eBay, whereas the bigger we get and the more market share that we attract, both on the buy side and the sell side, the harder it is for anyone to penetrate the market. And just like there's not 10 eBays, there's pretty much one. I think same thing is happening here. From a publisher perspective, you want to be in the place where the widest and greatest number of buyers exist in the marketplace. And from a buyer perspective, you want to exist in the place where the greatest amount amount of inventory or publishers exist. And that's kind of where we are today. So it's, I think, very difficult for someone to kind of penetrate this market at this point.
So what's your growth been over the last quarter?
Over the course of the last quarter, we grew 80% on a revenue basis. We tripled on a market share basis. It's been pretty crazy growth for us to keep up with.
Well, that's really exciting, and congratulations on the win. I know you have to run off to another meeting, but thank you so much for squeezing us in.
Thank you.
Okay.